Welcome to the Accra Sports Stadium. Of course, you all know why we are here. The second week league fixtures, and Hearts of Oak playing at home to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And this is a game to watch. Of course, Hearts of Oak having come away from the first week victory against Royal Tamale United in Tamale, and a chance coming to Hearts of Oak very early in the game. Hooked away, corner kick to the advantage of Hearts of Oak, and that came under 20 seconds. Very quick attack, and it's a corner kick advantage. Hearts of Oak quickly effected, straight off target, and the Phobians giving an early indication of their intention to really show the Porcupine Warriors. And for Hearts of Oak, we have Ebendida Amankwambreku, another shot taken, and off target it goes. We have Ebendida Amankwambreku, Jacob Nete, Justice Ampa, Stephen Tete, Joe Ansa, Kenneth Sapon, Charles Alote, Ishmael Ado, Emmanuel Osekufo, and Charles Taylor. On the substitution bench, we have Emmanuel Ajogu, Ejatete, Joe Famiye, Osman Wamadou, Ben Akwa, Robert Saba, and Sami Ejay, the reserve goalkeeper. For the Porcupine Warriors, we have Oscar Samoa, Felix Yabua, Alex Jani, Michael Fori, Mark Fish, they call him, Frank Achu, Ajekum Boateng, that is Dennis Boateng, Lawrence Ej, Godwin Ablode, Sheila Alas, and Shamo Abe, and Augustine Amponsa. The substitutes for the Porcupine Warriors, we have Prince Poku, and we have, that is Prince Edupoku, Joe Ajeman, Samuel Bakai, Joe Hendricks, Emmanuel Nkrumah, and Samuel Kansa. The officials for the evening, Ibrahim Idrisu of Tamale is a Class 1 referee. Assistant referees are Haruna and Seidu, all Class 1 referees. All of Tamale, and is the Porcupine Warriors now turning on the heat throw in to be effected, and it is to be done by Felix Yabua, headed out by Jacob Neti. A hook from a distance. And this is Charles Alote losing possession to Sheila Alassan, Godwin Ablodi. And Mark Fish will allow it to go all over to goalkeeper Oscar Samoa. Asamoah Gordon Ablode. And Asante Kotoko win the free kick. Stop there. And this is Accra Hasselhoff coming forward. They still have possession. Ishmael Ado. Straight to the wrong man. And that goes straight into touch. Asante Kotoko will want to come forward now. Sheila Lassan in possession now. Lawrence Ejay. Lawrence gets a return. And ball taken away by Accra Hasselhoff. Steven Tete. Justice Ampa. Joe Ansa. Looking for Mankwa Breku on the right. Breku's long ball. And headed powerfully away by McFish. And Kotoko gained the upper hand in defense. Free kick, and the award goes to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Godwin Ablode. Now entering the half of Hasselhoff. Sheila Lassan cannot control well. Lawrence Ejay. And the assistant referee says it belongs to Hasselhoff. And the referee Ibrahim Idrisu, a lot of rest on his shoulders this afternoon to ensure that we have an incident-free game here at Accra Sports Stadium. Ishmael Ado eclipsed but manages to get ahead to it. An assistant referee said he thinks there was an offside positioning on the part of Emmanuel Osei-Kuffour. Kenneth Sapon and Hasselhoff have possession. Breku back to Kenneth Sapon. And then Augustine Amponsan inside out on that occasion. But possession could not be maintained. Lawrence Ejay in your shot. A former Gulfo star. And this time it's goalkeeper Oscar Asamoah. Oscar Asamoah's kick. He looks for Amponsa on the left. And it's a throw-in advantage Accra Hasselhoff. And the Phobians come forward once again. Sapon on the right. A good cross. And Mark Fish wins the advantage of a free kick. Ishmael Abdo judged to have fouled Mark Fish. And I have with me in commentary position Wakefield Akuoko. And I believe he's been watching proceedings with a lot of keen interest. I won't tell you whose colors he's wearing at the moment, but Wakefield, definitely this is a game that has a lot at stake. Talk of pride, talk of the 3 points at stake. And Asante Kotoko come forward, Sheila Lassan hooked away, and Dennis Ajiman Boateng could not trap well. Augustine on the left. Boateng. Augustine. And one touch remaining. The Phobians regroup. Osei-Kuffour. A flick, and a chance comes the way of Hasselhoff. A chance. And the tackle is neat. Frank Achu's tackle. And I tell you, this is going to be a match to watch. That appeared a very, very desperate situation for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Frank Achu popped up from nowhere, and just as goal king Ishmael Ado was about to fire home, he came in with that tackle. It was a courageous effort because he could have easily given away a penalty.
Well, I think that was a very brave effort from the defender of Master Kotoko, Frank Achu. But I must say, this afternoon's game, putting everything aside, Kotoko appeared, as far as I'm concerned, to be the superior team in this afternoon's encounter. In that, the kind of physique they have, the stature they have, it's the kind of physique one would expect of a giant team, a great national team. And so far, they are playing so well. They are already capturing the midfield in this game, and their defense is so resolute. But the hard marksmen up front are not doing quite well so far. They are a bit afraid of the Kotoko attacking machinery, and the hard midfield doesn't click either. But I'm sure it's going to be a very dicey game this afternoon. The form guide will not actually carry the day, but it is who is going to play to the pattern of the technical bench that will actually win the day.
Well, so Wakefield believing that the technical benches hold the key to who actually wins this evening's game, as Hasselhoff comes forward again. And my goodness, how could this be offside? How could this be offside? These are some of the things that sometimes we really talk about, and our referees are not helping in any way, because, I mean, there was no way this could have been offside from, whichever position that you are watching. And, well, Wakefield, your comments.
Well, I don't want to go with the fans. Earlier, the fans were not too happy that Hearts haven't played RTU in their first encounter in Tamale, to have for the officiating officials today coming from Tamale. And in a way, they believe the officiating is not going to be fair. But let's just say that for now, it's too early to say the referees are not doing well. They may have not seen this. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt in the subsequent minutes.
Well, but Wakefield, I mean, definitely, I actually am dumbfounded, because we want to see a very clean game here. And sometimes the fans are not altogether to blame, so nobody is expected to take the law into his own hands. But when you have such obviously very bad, well, well, the referee actually, I think, wanted to book somebody, but this was also another situation where the offside shouldn't have been given. Maybe he needed to book somebody before the ball was kicked, and then he wants it to be retaken. But I just do hope that the Knights of the Whistle this evening will not do anything to affect the beauty of the game.
Well, I'm beginning to think that the Class 1 referees are getting too jittery for today's encounter. It's a very epic encounter. Hearts and Kotoko at any level is so great. And I believe the Class 1 referees are not living up to the expectation all too soon. Because the card, for me, while the referee was closer to the spot than I am, but I think it was a bit harsh on this occasion.
Kick effected by Hasselhoff. Well dealt with by the Asante Kotoko defense. Kenneth Sapon on the right, confronted by Augustine Amponsa. Sapon still in possession. And a neat touch. The phobias come forward. And goalkeeper Oscar Samoa has it. Oscar Samoa for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in your shot. And that was another tackle that I thought was uncalled for. Godwin Ablode looking for support. Throw in, and it is from the boot of Stephen Tete. Sheila Alassane judged to have tripped Stephen Tete. And this is Coach Atukwefu in your shot, giving instructions to his boys on the field. Goalkeeper Ibn Dida getting ready to effect the kick. Dida looks for Ishmael Ado, beaten to it by Frank Achu. And Asante Kotoko in possession now. Godwin Ablode. Amankwa Riku for Hasselhoff. Frank Achu's header. Godwin Ablode. And he plays into Felix Yeboah. And possession lost. Justice Sampa comes forward for Hasselhoff. And goalkeeper being put under pressure Possession once again lost. Augustine Amponsa. And Hasselhoff regroup. And they fight for it. A chance comes the way of Hasselhoff. Right across the face of goal. That was from the foot of Ishmael Ado, the defending goal king. The camera picking Charles Taylor instead, but it was Ishmael Ado. And some 30 minutes of action having been done. Charles Taylor very anonymous in this game so far.
Well, I'm sure the role being assigned to Taylor is to serve as a hitting striker so that he can come up with surprises. But Hearts have the chance now. Let's see what they do. And once again, these are the things I'm talking about. The Hearts attackers are diminutive in size, and the Kotoko defenders are using their size so much. I'm sure that is one reason why the coach has withdrawn Charles Taylor too close to the midfield so that he can operate as a very surprise attacker on breaks. But for now, I guess the Kotoko defensemen are rather putting the fear of God in the Hearts attack. So there's no way the Heartsmen are going to move after.
Well, and he runs all the way for that. Frank comes in with that salvaging tackle. Throw in, quickly effected. And off target it goes. Kick effected to the wrong man. And the header far too powerful for Said Kufo to continue with. And it appears so far Hasselhoff have had better possession and better attacking options. And a short while ago you saw the Vice President in your shot together with the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, Mr. Iti Mensah. And the whistle has gone for a free kick. The advantage is to Hasselhoff, Jacob Nete. And Charles Alote is, I beg your pardon, Charles Taylor is on the left, still fights for the ball. A good cross, and goalkeeper Oscar Samoa. Once again, he kicks it to the wrong man. A good shot from a distance. Oscar Samoa seeing a lot of the ball this evening. Fouls his opposite number so far has been on holiday, 16 minutes inside the first half. And Wakefield, it appears that is an indication of the trend of affairs so far. The two goalkeepers, one has been very busy and the other virtually on holiday. As Hasselhoff come forward again. And that tackle is allowed to go. And I tell you, well, it's too early for us to make comments, but honestly, I thought one of the duties of the referee is to actually protect players on the field.
Well, I have already said Kotoko defenders are using their physique very much to bully the Hasselhoff attackers who are very diminutive in size, and so that is going to be the trend for some time. But so far, as the game progresses, Hasselhoff seems to be getting their passes together and are threatening more at goals than Kotoko. But at this point in time, if they are not able to translate their superiority into goals, I'm afraid if Kotoko gets them on the break, because their Hasselhoff goalkeeper hasn't been active for some time, he may concede a goal.
And that is a loose one, Lawrence. The J picks it up. And Asante Kotoko trying to go on the break. A free kick. It has to be retaken according to referee Ibrahim Idrisu. And Felix Yeboah stands behind it. Marco Furi wants to come forward for Asante Kotoko. And Frank Achu is all alone. And on the left we have Alex Jani. And well, that appeared to be a trick. The referee allows it to go. And that is Ibendida in your shot. And Ishmael defending in depth, and Alex Jani has the ball, but he has to give it away. Colleagues, that was the applause that we heard from the stands. That header coming from Mark Fish. Joe Anson shot from a distance, and off target it goes. Stadium and found the net against Kumasi. Asante Kotoko. Quickly effected. Lawrence Ajay beaten to it by Jacob Nete. Joe Ansa comes in power play. And it's Asante Kotoko Frank Achu. Lose possession. It's Asante Kotoko Augustine Amponsa coming forward. Amankwa Breku. Kenneth Sapon on the right. A good cross. And Ishmael Ado will try to go through. He doesn't seem to be overawed by the physical tackles on him. Ishmael Ado again. Beautiful turning. And this is Charles Taylor. A good flick and a chance for Hasselhoek. Ball still in play. Well floated. And Charles Taylor is in the box. Jacob Nete wins it for Hasselhoek. Looking for options, and a chance for Hasselhoek. That should have been taken on the volley by Ishmael Ado. He decided to control, and the tackle came in. Throw in, quickly effected. And I don't actually know what happened, but the whistle has gone, and it has to be taken by Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Well, it was offside positioning against Charles Taylor. After giving the pass, he should have come into position, but he waited for the pass and hence was offside. But so far, the game is getting quite exciting at this point, and I do hope that the way Hearts are attacking in bed, when Kotoko attacks, they'll be able to stop the pressure.
Ball taken on the chest of Augustine Amponsa. So far, Asante Kotoko have not threatened at all. Shamu Abe turns well, looks for Augustine Amponsa. Hooked away by Joe Ansa. Godwin Ablodi. And taken away by Ishmael Ado. Godwin Ablodi. And Asante Kotoko threatened this time. But that is straight into the arms of goalkeeper Ibendida. Frank Achu, and they are still bullying the Hasselhoek attackers into submission. On the right is Kenneth Sapon. The cross comes in, and a savaging header. Beautiful work there from Marco Furi. That is Mark Fish. But I tell you, Hasselhoek are having all the dominance that they need in this game. Charles Taylor in your shot, running all the way to effect the corner kick. As we approach the 24th minute mark, kick effected, and it is a goal. An own goal. And Meladu with the goal. But I thought it was an own goal from the head of Frank Achu. We would love to see the replay, but definitely it is legal, it is a goal, it has been registered Yes, that was from the head of Frank Achu. Asante Kotoko will want to come forward again. Kick effected and Hasselhoff dealing with that threat from Asante Kotoko. Goal kick. My good friend Katufo very peeved right behind me. And well, Ka, I thought that it was a very painful way to go down because the Asante Kotoko defense so far had actually held their own resolutely against the Hasselhoff attack, and it was definitely a very painful way to go down from an own goal. Well, the Phobians go forward again, and the whistle has gone inexplicably, and the card follows.
So I don't know what you mean by painful own goals. All goals do come in. And as far as I'm concerned, it must be so far the goal of the season. I mean, it was a classic header from the central defender.
Well, the goal of the season, that is count to 4 for you. And the Phobians would want to come forward again. Joe Ansah steps up, a good shot off target it goes. And this is time for me to leave you in the hands of Kotoko to take you through the rest of the half.
Well, not necessarily Safo, but sincerely, I mean, if we want to be fair, I think Kotoko had it coming. Hearts were the better side. Let's not hide the fact, despite the fact that the Kotoko defense was holding out. It was one-way traffic. Let's not hide it. It was one-way traffic. Hearts were the better team. They were playing football, and these, let's be fair and sincere, they justly deserved that goal, whether it was a classic own goal or not.
But definitely, it was a classic own goal. I can find no other description. As Ishmael Ado comes forward again, and the tussle is won by Mark Fish. But the pressure on the Fabulous Boys has been unrelenting. As Fish steps up, Ebendida. Frank Achu again giving the ball away, and the Phobians would be very grateful. Kenneth Sapon, Ishmael Ado turns well. Another opportunity for the Phobians, and what a goal! Ishmael Ado. Oh!
Hearts deserve to be in the lead. They've been the better side. Let's not hide that fact. And the truth of the matter is that they just they deserve to be at least by 2 goals to nil on the basis of what we've seen. But the Kotoko keeper will have to ask himself so many questions. I don't think he can make himself any taller, but surely a keeper of Oscar Samoa should have been able to push that over the bar.
Well, Wakefield, we have seen such strikes in the past from the likes of Razak and Abdul Razak and Opoku Afiye, and a little more recently from the likes of Shamoke, but this definitely doesn't belong to this generation.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, but for me, Ishmael Ado watched the goalkeeper very well because the keeper came off his mark, and what a way. He knew how to place the ball, and he did just that. But I believe it's high time the Kotoko defenders settle. They shouldn't be as jittery as they are now, and then play to the dictates of their coach. They shouldn't just follow the ball anyhow and use their physique. They should play a little brilliant soccer. That's all.
Hasselhoff 2, Kumasi Asante Kotoko 0. That is the score. Unbelievable as it may sound. And you can hear them in the stands in very good voice. We are the famous Hasselhoff, we never say die. And last Sunday at the Caledon Park, they were in full glow, mesmerizing the Tamale boys and getting the 3 points at the end of the day. But the Porcupine Warriors also have a similar slogan, Ukuma Pimo Pimbeba, and I know definitely that the Porcupines will fight back. So far, they have been totally eclipsed in this game. And McFish leaves it. Goalkeeper Oscar Samoa so far has picked 2 balls from his net. And it appears so far from the exchanges, you might think that you are watching 2 teams that are from different divisions. I dare say it appears it is a complete mismatch, and Asante Kotoko will do well to at least try and string a few passes together and produce something that can shut the lips of the vociferous house fans in the stands. Throw in, and it is to be effected by Alex Jani. Asante Kotoko in possession. Jani again. And has win it. And they play with so much understanding. I mean, when they go forward, it appears they know how to pinpoint the exact positions of their colleagues. As Asante Kotoko try to regroup Felix Yabua, Sheila Alassane. And here comes Achu. Asante Kotoko in the box, handball, and look at it. They are such a dispirited side so far in this game, Wakefield.
I don't know what is happening to Kotoko. I think it's over-reliance on their physique. They're not supposed to just rely on their physique. They're supposed to add a little skill to it. I guess that is what is pushing Heartsmen forward. For me, Kotoko have the stature, as I said earlier on, but they should add a little skill, and of course, they will be able to match Hearts boots to boots. It was the same as Asante Kotoko side that defeated an almost same Accra Hearts of Oak side not too long ago here. And it shouldn't be any strange thing, as we are watching in the replay here.
Well, that was a handball, but Asante Kotoko come forward again. And anytime they try to move, they are cut out with cheeky ease by the Hearts of Oak boys. Here they come again, a chance, and this should be it. Well, I thought that Lawrence Ajay was going to, make a better opportunity of that chance that was presented to him. He is such an experienced player, having been through a lot of walls for Boise Gophers. But Charles Taylor comes forward and tries to take on everybody. Let's look at it again. The pass was laid from midfield, and the very first time that...
Yes, it's the excitement, it's the adrenaline pumping in the Kotoko players to equalize. At least they're sure if they could pull 1 goal back in this first half, it will throw the game wide open. But that is not to say they should compromise their stance. They should play to the dictates of their coach and calm their nerves. They should know soccer is played in 90 minutes and not in a very short time.
Well, and 34 of those 90 minutes have already been done. And Asante Kotoko are down by 2-0. The last time the two sides met in a league game here at Accra Sports Stadium, Asante Kotoko went home with 2-goal deficit. And the man who has been doing all the damage, Ishmael Ado, has done it again. A shot from a distance, Lawrence Ajay, trying to give some hopes to the numerous Asante Kotoko fans here at Accra Sports Stadium. Eben Dida. Ishmael beaten to it this time, and the midfield is so solid. Here they come again, Joe Ansah. And this time it's been well read by Johnny. That is our Frank Achu, I beg your pardon. Jacob Neti. And perfect understanding. Charles Taylor gets moving again. Oh my goodness. Overindulgence on the part of Charles Taylor. And my boss, John Owusu, cannot be very happy. His team is down by 2-0. To the Porcupine Warriors. And captain for his side, he wins a free kick which has been quickly taken. Justice umpire is there for House of Folk. Cooling down, and goalkeeper Eben Dida. And House of Folk with possession again. Offside. Mark Fish. Achu is on the left. Augustin Amponsa could not reach it. And Hasselhoff, another flick. And the flag was up, the whistle never went. And it is a free kick. Dangerous play. And I am not to go down again to the might of the Oak Tree.
I guess so too, Savo. For Kotoko relying too much on their physique, it's not going to help them. It's not going to help them this afternoon. Heart of Oak are using skill and are making sure they're putting the ball in open spaces and running for it. Kotoko should just make sure they gain their composure and play well. And I'm sure it will be a fairly balanced game.
Well, the free kick has been placed. Johansa stands behind it. A good shot from a distance, blocked. Johansa continues with it. Off target it goes. And Hasselhoff, they have been in control right from the blast of the whistle. 37 minutes, and look at it again. That was the tackle that came in. Very dangerous it was. And Mark Fish definitely will have to watch it. It is to the advantage of Accra Hasselhoff. Quickly taken, hooked away by Asante Kotoko. Sheila Alassane is all alone. He will have to wait for support. And again, they've been so cheaply dispossessed. Ishmael Ado. And you can trust Asante Kotoko will come in with a lot of ground. As Osei takes off, Frank Achu. And Osei has it. A chance coming the way of Hasselhoff. And a timely tackle there from Frank Achu. That was going to be goal number 3.
He seems to be coming out too often. If you take a look at the replay, you see that the defender has the cover. One of the keeper coming off his line. And if before had been just that second faster, he just would have nudged the past the keeper, and that would have been the third goal.
And Frank Achu, for his effort, will have to visit the stretcher. 39 minutes inside the first half, still a lot of time to play for. But the game taking its toll on the strength, the physical endurance of the players. Corner kick effected. Not very decisively taken. And this is Alex Jani for Asante Kotoko. Looking for Amponsa. Sheila Al-Hassan has contention from Mankwa-Breku. Beautiful work. A chance for Asante Kotoko now. Sheila, what can he do? Trip? Well, it wasn't a dive.
That could never have been a trip. It amazes me the way some of these players behave, trying to corner the referee. Nobody needs even an action replay to know that this was clear. Instead of staying on his feet to take the ball forward, he was looking for a penalty. What an easy and a cheap way out.
But he wins a corner kick, quickly effected. Johansen's header. And it's Alex Jani all alone. Very attack-minded, but possession lost once again with cheeky ease. Pushed off the ball. It was very clear, but Godwin Ablode, with all the wealth of experience, will still show his descent.
Look at the way the Hearts team are able to put their passes together. There you can see, already you're seeing it. Open spaces and then finding somebody in the free. The Kotoko players seem to be so bunched up together, and really, I don't know whether Date or Gate and Ralph, but they've got problems on their hand because they're certainly not producing a team that is capable of carrying the name and power Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the moment.
Well, pretty harsh words from my colleague Katifo. But we have just 5 minutes more to the end of the first half. It is still Hasselhoff in complete dominance. Ishmael Adu goes forward again. And he is such a handful for the Asante Kotoko defenders. Ishmael goes down again. And that tackle came from, well, it is a yellow card in the game. Asante Kotoko defenders can never sit pretty. Look at it again.
But Safo, then there are ways and means in which we can neutralize a good player. And that is the plain truth of it. And simply for the Kotoko defense, it's non-existent and it's lousy. I'm using harsh words, but that is the truth. And if I were the coach, oh boy, halftime, you'll get a roasting from me.
Free kick, and Charles Taylor goes behind it. Are they going to plug the third goal before recess? Ball goes off target. And it is a goal kick. The advantage falls to the Porcupine Warriors. And they are, well, look at it. Typifying the frustration of Asante Kotoko. Mark Fish in a verbal tango with his goalkeeper. And meanwhile, the Phobians come forward again. A chance for Hasselhoff, and Mark Fish does well. It is too dangerous, and this time goalkeeper gets a hand to it. And this is what I call a complete mismatch. A complete mismatch here at Accra Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko reeling and having no answer to what the Phobians can come up with. Corner kick, and Amankwabreku, well, I thought was looking for a goal himself.
You can afford to do that when you're 2 goals up. You can afford to do anything you want to do, and more so when it's against a team of this caliber. And so you have to spare him and let him enjoy it as and when it comes.
The Phobians once again doing everything that they like with the ball, and look at the pinpoint accuracy with which their passes go. And let's watch it again. That was the save from goalkeeper Oscar Samoa. And the Phobians will come forward again. Joe Ansa going round his man, and he has been flattened. It has been such a familiar script. The Phobians doing all the running and all the kicking and all the passing, and the Fabulous Boys doing all the butchering. Free kick. Cannons of the wall. And look at it, the flag goes. And it is the advantage of Asante Kotoko. Just a minute for recess, and Asante Kotoko trying to salvage something out of this game. The attack is short-lived once again. Throw in. And once again, the storm has been weathered by Hasselhoff. This time, Ishmael Ado is clearly offside. Referee taking a glance at his watch in your shot a short while ago. Just a few seconds to the end of the first half. Augustine Amponsa and Shamo Abe is unsighted. Godwin are bloody. And Asante Kotoko will push men forward. Mark Fish. So far he has been the only guy to put the ball in the net for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in this league. Then he pulled one back against Temagapua on last Sunday at the Kumasi Sports Stadium. Justice Ampes header. Amankwabreku on the right. And the whistle will go for the end of the first half. Hasselhoff.
Welcome back to the Accra Sports Stadium for the commencement of the second half. Kumasi Asante Kotoko getting the half underway. And that's a throw-in coming the way of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It's another one to be taken by Felix Yaboa. Powerful one. And that should be a corner to Kotoko. It's a corner coming the way of the Porcupine Warriors, who are trailing 2-0 here. A lovely one from Augustine. Bendida is committed. He does well. It's still Gita grabbing the ball firmly. Going to be a switch revenge for Hadervok here this evening. But the day is so young. Kotoko giving indications of how they want to finish off in this game. It's a goal kick to Accra Hadervok in the driving seat at the moment. 2-0, comfortably leading 2-0 at the Accra Sports Stadium. Kotoko on the offensive, but the ball rose to touch. Well, Accra Hadervok surprisingly were under strength. Ajogu is coming on. Ishmael Ado is out. But why they decided to start a match with 10 men tells you how confident they are and how they think they feel better cushioned, leading 2-0. Michael Fori goes in there. A lovely play by Jacob Nete. Ajogu his first field of the ball. A great footwork. Cleon says the referee. Godwin Bloody. It's a free kick. Cut out nicely. But it's still Kotoko. Hadervok Mreku. And Michael Ofoy, Markfish easily winning it. It's still Kotoko. Gordon Ablode. Switching on play to Augustine Amponsa. No nonsense clearance. Straight to touch for a throw in to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That was the Kotoko bench. And it's a free kick. It's a free kick. Augustine Amponsa is there to take it. The chest went forward, straight to touch. Goal kick coming the way of the home side, Accra Hadervok. If you just joined us, we're watching a midweek encounter between the home side, Accra Hadervok, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The second fixture of the 2000 season. Free kick. Amankwa Mreku. Cut out brilliantly by Alex Jani. Augustine beaten to it. Clever play by Hadervok. Charles Allo touches one forward. The goalkeeper is already out. Goalkeeper Oscar Asamoah in your shot. Pick up his mark. He's picked 2 balls already from his net. Shamu Abe's header has been well read by Jacob Nete, who wins a throw-in. Powerful throw there. Bloody Well, Kotoko in possession, Alex Jani. Justice Ampa. Sapon. This is Charles Taylor. Clever chip forward. Michael Okori. But it's still Hazelwood. Charles Taylor. Throw in coming the way of Accra Hazelwood. Playing confidently here this evening. Kenneth Sapon wins the free kick. The referee asking the human wall to move 9 meters away, 9 yards away, or 10 meters away. Charles Taylor takes one there, and it is there! Lovely goal scored here by Kenneth Sapon. It was a brilliant strike. Kenneth Sapon just flicked it into the net. And it's a throw into Kotoko, a free kick rather, taken quickly. Godwin Ablode is the skipper of the afternoon. He chips one down, and Augustine and Ponsa should have really found a net. This is the free kick which resulted in, that was infringement which brought about a free kick which resulted in the goal. Inexperience showing on the part of Augustine Ahimponsa. It's a throw-in to be taken by Alex Jani and brilliantly cut out by Mreku. Throw-in to Kotoko, Alex Jani in your shot. Hazelwood, what an evening for them. Michael Oboro is beaten, but Kotoko nonetheless win possession. An infringement, an obvious one against Augustine. And this is Mreku in your shot. The man who was tripped. For it, Chancellor has been beaten this time by Emmanuel Nkrumah. It's going to be a throw-in to Hazelwood, taken quickly. Sapon was well held in check. This is Charles Taylor. And Johnny wins it, but another throw-in. The referee noticed an infringement. Mark Fish was brought down. Kotoko quickly effecting it. This is Ablode. He's got about 3 people to deal with. Does well to... Well, Lawrence Ajay was calling for a return. It's been well read by Amanka Mreku. Ajogu. Hazelwood. And that was Shambo Abe brought down. Quickly taken. Michael Ofori. Looked on nicely by Abe, but the ball rose to touch. There's a goal kick coming the way of the defending champions, Accra Hazelwood. They'll be playing Horoya of Guinea on Sunday. This is Ablode. And what a fillip for them to go into that match. Ablode, the goalkeeper. Remember, Ablode used to play for Hazelwood before he joined Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So he and Dida were colleagues some few years back. I think accidentally he ran into him Ndida appears to be in some agony. He's still receiving treatment by the masseur. You can see at the background Justice Ampa. Remember that a goalkeeper cannot be taken off the field to receive treatment. He must always be treated on the field, and that brings proceedings always to a temporary halt. We're right inside the 57th minute on the whole, and Haderbock are still leading by 3-0. Well, Kotoko have made a change. Joe Ajiman has come on for Augustine and Ponsa. Well, a bloody has been penalized for that infringement. So it's a free kick. Bendita gets ready to take it. Well, the man who just came on, Joe Ajiman, Godwin Ablodi. He's got a lot of players around him, a lot of opponents, but that's Joe Ajiman desperately searching for his colleague. Godwin Ablodi is the skipper, and he is desperately searching for a consolation here this evening. Charles Taylor, well, Osei Kufuor was flagged offside. And this is Joe Ajiman. Shambo Abe, great footwork. Joe Ajiman once again. Lovely through ball. Can he pick it up at the far side for Kotoko? It's a throw in. Oh, lovely footwork by Bloody. I beg your pardon, by Jogu. Michael Ofori is being beaten by Charles Taylor. Trying to go solo. Michael is pacing up well. It's still Charles Taylor looking for support. Oh, what a great evening for Charles Taylor. And cut out nicely by the defenders. This is Godwin Ablodi. It's an obvious one for Eben Dida, but he allowed the ball to Babo to touch. That's the Kotoko bench. Very, very anxious. Coach Dake and Raf Idi, Coach Dake is the head coach, Raf Idi is the assistant coach. They were not looking happy at all. Naturally, they won't be happy. So beating Haderbock here some few weeks back to win the Joe Ajiman Cup and also winning the Gala. Everybody thought it was going to be very easy for Kotoko. That's a very good opportunity. The goalkeeper was quick off his mark. Aman Kwamreku failed to clear, but Eben Dida came to his rescue. Charles Aluche. Said before, Charles Taylor has been flagged offside by the man in your shot, Haruna, assistant referee Haruna. There's a run for it, Shambo Abe. Justice Zampa coolly taps it away. Everything seems to be going right for Haderbock. Michael Ofori. Sapon who got a third goal. That is Johnny now. Joe Ajiman. Kotoko Shila Lasa. Aman Kwamreku is no hurry at all. Justice Ampa. Powerful header The referee noticed an infringement. Joe Hendricks. And this is Lawrence Ajay. Safety first. And that was exactly what Mreko did. But I think there was lack of communication between him and his goalkeeper. The corner kick to Kotoko quickly taken. Lawrence Ajay. And there was nobody to finish off. Joe Hendricks is all alone. Charles Taylor is closing in. Desperate clearance there by Joe Hendricks. That's Coach Jones that took a few in your shot. Still not satisfied, shouting out a few instructions to his boys. One of the finest players ever produced in the country. He was a real skillful player in his days with Great Olympics and the national team. A member of the 1965 squad which won the African Cup for Ghana. He is in charge of Accra Hazebuk at the moment. Lawrence Ajay for Kotoko. And cleverly has been taken away from him. Charles Taylor is really proving a handful for the Kotoko defense. And Kufuor is on side. Joe Hendricks so angry, screaming. There was no cover. He had to run from his end to hook that ball to touch. And Joe can't be happy at all about that. No wonder we saw him screaming at his colleagues for neglecting their various roles in defense. The resulting corner is taken. The goalkeeper goes up well this time. Oscar Samoa is the name. And Sheila Larson is the victim. Result has about 20 minutes, 25 of the most done, 65 on the whole. There's Godwin Ablodi now. They call him champion. Judgment to Godwin Ablodi. And Shamu Abe strikes one. The goalkeeper does so well. Great strike by Shamu Abe, and Eben Dida went up equally well. This is Godwin Ablodi in your shot, and Ralph Edie. Well, the goalkeeper lies down in agony.
Well, I think he must have twisted an ankle or something.
Shortish one to Lawrence Ajay, and Ablodi gets a return. That was Alex Jani's desperate kick. Alex Jani, new shot, was desperately trying to get a goal for his side, a consolation maybe. It's a goal kick up and Dida. We've done 67 minutes, 3 goals to Hazebuk, no goal to Kotoko. Michael Ofori has been penalized. He doesn't appear to agree with the referee. Mr. Ibrahim Idrisu from Tamale, a Class 1 referee. It's Hazebuk now. Ajogu. Charles Taylor crosses well. The goalkeeper Oscar Samoa. He has picked 3 balls already from his net. And that was Justice Ampa. Well, it's a throw-in. Throw-in to Kotoko. Blooded to take it. The ball rolls harmlessly out of play. The referee thinks it's a corner. And there's a Kotoko player on the turf at the moment. Mr. Idrisu has moved into This is Ralph Eddy. He has remained very loyal to the Porcupine Warriors. His assistant. The corner kick has been taken, and surprisingly, they failed to take advantage. Kotoko. That was a desperate header by Felix Yeboah. This is Michael Ofori, who had moved forward to do justice to the corner kick taken, but unfortunately the chance rather dropped away of Felix Yeboah. And he failed to capitalize on it. The goal kick taken by Dida. It's up on now. That was Joe Hendricks conceding a throw-in. Powerful one taken, and this time Alex Johnny pushes it to touch. And Mankwame in a thick shot in his shot. Well, free kick to Hazabok, to Kotoko, rather against us. Joe Hendricks takes it, a powerful one. Shambo Abe trying to get a bloody, well read by Miracle. Justice Zampa. This is Joe Hendricks all alone. Joe Ajiman uses his mark beautifully. Still Joe Ajiman pushing forward. Joe put from behind. Free kick in favor of Kotoko. And Charles Taylor has been, Charles Alote, I beg your pardon, is the man who's been booked. That was a professional foul. And the referee Mr. Ibrahim Idrisu so far is in control of affairs. Kotoko ready to effect it. Michael Ofori takes it. It took a ricochet off the wall, and it's a corner. Felix Yeboah is there to take it for Kotoko. This is Godwin Ablode. Oh, great footwork, Godwin Ablode. One touch too many. Alex Johnny. Great play by Johnny. That was a great ball. Lawrence Ajay. And Felix Yeboah moves in to effect the throw-in. Michael Ofori. And it's an indirect free kick in favor of Accra House of Oak. We have a capacity crowd here. You can see at the background almost every inch of space here is covered, even though it's a midweek encounter. Goalkeeper Bendita moves in. Takes a powerful one. Hendricks. Yeboah. Ajogu wins it. Hazabok applauded, put in control. This is Kenneth Sapon. Charles Alote has the advantage. Can he center? The goalkeeper did well, but he failed to get it one time. The ball came off his chest. He managed to stop it though, but it was a bit risky, and it's going to be a corner. I don't think Samuel's having it easy at all. That's a very good one there from Charles Charles Taylor. It was so powerful, the goalkeeper had to flick it away. Ofori. Mark Fish is called. Great ball, but it's it cut out. I thought he was heading for Ajay. And Michael runs back to cover Oscar Samuel's clearance. Hazlevook. Kenneth Sapon. The advantage rather going the way of Johnny. Oscar Samuel playing the libero. It's a free kick. Justice Ampa was penalized for shoving. The House defense so resolute. This is the commander-in-chief, Charles Taylor. And Michael Opori did so well to push the ball to touch after losing his footing. Charles Taylor, no wonder the two teams were really at each other's throat trying to win him. Charles Taylor has proved why he became so controversial, Sapo.
Well, it is undisputable that Charles Taylor, at least looking by Ghanaian standards at this moment, is anybody's striker. Anybody will want to have him in his team. And so far, throughout the seasons that he's been with Great Olympics and also this season starting with Hasselhoff, he's proved that he's actually worth his salt.
Well, that was a cynical tackle, and I think the Kotoko player might be leaving to take an... Oh, well, he's so lucky. He was second bookable offense, and he's going to take an early shower. Looks like Shamo Abe is the culprit. Well, so watch the playback. He cleared the ball, and that was really savage indeed. You saw the playback. And so it's a free kick to Hazlevook as with Johnny Hetz. And this is Kenneth Sapon. And that's a lovely ball. Charles Alote should have made it number 4 for Hazlevook. And he runs back. This is the right time for Sapon to see you through the game.
Well, Kotoko, I wanted to comment on that that tackle that end Felix Yeboah, the red card. I thought that it was very savage, and even on its own, that could have attracted a red card on its own. But the referee maybe was a little charitable, and he interpreted that as a second bookable offense. So he showed a yellow card before applying the red card, and I think that was a good decision on the part of Ibrahim Idrisu, because definitely the players would have to respect the laws of the game and play according to it. But then back to you to see us through the game.
Well, Shamorabe, Ajiman, a little bit clumsy there. Hazlevook getting the ball away. This is Charles Taylor sprinting forward. It's that was Emmanuel Asekufuo at Kotoko. It's Hazlevook, and you wonder what has become of the Kotoko players. This is Charles Taylor. I saw Charles Taylor drawing rings more or less around the Kotoko defense, and Michael Foley pushing the ball to touch. Kotoko about making a change. Sam Bekai is coming on for Godwin Ablodi. Kotoko will be strengthening their defense. And they have exchanged, he's taking over the captain's band. Bekai in your shot. Charles Taylor takes the corner kick. Referee has, well, he noticed an infringement. This is Joe Ajiman getting himself involved in all sorts of troubles. He wins a free kick. So Bekai in, Ablodi out. Confirmed here for you. That's Bekai's first touch of the ball. Joe Hendricks has been beaten, but Bekai is there to Kotoko's rescue. Accra has the Joe answer. Mreku. Charles Alote. That was a poor one from Charles. Joe Hendricks. Straight to an opponent. Justice Ampa. Alote. The goalkeeper can pick that one. It was from Alex Jane's midsection. Alassane pushed down violently. So that's a free kick. Free kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Joe Ajiman to take it. Takes one. Dida goes up and gathers very well. Ben Dida. No danger at all for the tall, athletic looking Eben Dida. So he has a comparative advantage regarding area balls. Shamu Abe. Ajiman has really made an impression since he came on. Johnny has moved to the right fullback position in the absence of Felix Yeboah. This is, oh, that was Bekai. Taking over the captain's band and was desperately searching for a consolation. Bandida. Emmanuel Ajogu. It's an infringement against Alex Jani for the violent pushing. Jacob Nete takes it. It's Hazebok, and that was a cynical tackle. Well, the referee is right there. Ibrahim Idrisu asking the ball to be put at the right spot. Pointing the Kotoko direction. So it's going to be a free kick in favor of Accra Hazebok. Charles Alote to take it. Joe Ansah takes one, and he nearly got it. The goalkeeper did so well. It was a great strike. Joe Ansah. 7 minutes more to go. Hazebok 3, Kotoko no. Watch the playback. And the goalkeeper got his hand to it, but the flag was up. So the kick has been taken by Kotoko, and it's a throw-in in their favor. Bekai takes it. Lawrence Ajay in your shot. It's a good play. Johnny! Over the top. That was Alex Johnny. Jones took a few. The man in charge of Hazebok. Ajogu. Kotoko looking so lethargic for my liking. Too lethargic, I should say, for my liking. Amakwa Mreku. Charles Alote. Kenneth Sapon. Charles Alote. Mreku. Ajogu. And that's a good ball. It should be goal number 4 for Kotoko. For Hazavok. And cleverly, what a brilliant goal by Emmanuel Osekufo. Oh, what a humiliation for Kotoko. Great play by Osekufo. Brilliant goal. Jamming the goalkeeper and the entire defense. And watch the fans celebrating the goal. Accra Hazavok for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Can you believe that? Watch the playback. It was a lovely through ball from Ajogu. Emmanuel Osekufo jamming the goalkeeper and the defender and cleverly chipping the ball into the yawning net for one of the best goals seen at the Accra Sports Stadium in recent times. These are the Phobians, and they can afford to celebrate. We've got some few more minutes to go, Sapo.
Well, Akweku, ever since the Phobians won against Kumasi Asante Kotoko by 5 goals to 2 in 1958 in Kumasi, never have the Phobians beaten Asante Kotoko so convincingly in a league game. With barely 5 minutes to go, it is 4 goals to 0, and all the goals very perfectly struck, and definitely Kumasi Asante Kotoko are in complete tatters, and Hasselhoff confirming their superiority once again.
I'm sure the Hazavok fans will be partying the whole night. What an evening for them. Oh, Osekufuo's goal. And Haas unrelenting in the attack. Hendricks pushing the ball to touch. I'm sure fans will live to relish Kufuor's goal. Ajogu. Charles Taylor. And it's Hazavok once again. The goalkeeper had to push the ball away. This has been cut out nicely by Justice Zampa. This is Mreku. Charles Taylor. Kufuor has been beaten this time. The referee waits play on. And the ball rolls harmlessly to Ibn Dida in goal. This is Mreku. Justice Ampa. Is Mreku once again. Kenneth Sapon. This is Charles Taylor. Joe Ajiman. Ajogu. Hazavok. And Taylor. Free kick in favor of Hazavok. Taylor was brought down. Charles Taylor. It's a free kick. The referee is right at the spot. And watch the playback. He was stripped from behind. The referee, Mr. Ibrahim Idrisu, was right there. This is really unprecedented. Charles Taylor, oh, he's a great footballer. And a great, lovely strike. That was from Charles Arlotte. The basket cooked by the referee was close to the action. He noticed an infringement. And so it's been taken quickly. It was an indirect free kick. But I was telling you that the 4-0 walloping of Kotoko by Hazavok, a bit unprecedented in recent times. 2 minutes more to go. Hazavok 4, Kotoko 0. Alex Jani picks it up for Kotoko. And it's a throw into the Kumasi Asante Kotoko boys. Ajiman. And free kick, says the referee. Ajekum Boateng was trying to chart a path to get close to the goal. He was brought down in the process. Free kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Will they be able to get a consolation here this evening? They have been totally humiliated by Hazebuk. 4-0, 4 goals, no reply. Michael Ofori takes it way over the top. That sums it up for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It epitomizes the way they've played here this afternoon. They haven't been themselves. They haven't been the Kotoko that we saw some few weeks back in the JOT Cup against the same club, and the team that we saw in the Gala finals against the Olympics. Hazebuk can afford to allow some minutes to tick away. But that was a clever one to Charles Taylor. Joe Hendricks is closing in, and Charles Taylor wins a throw-in for Hazebuk. You will understand why Haas never gave in to the fight over Charles Taylor. Shamu Abe has a really quick on and off the ball. The guy dummies well. Lawrence Ajay bit into it. Joe Ajiman cut out nicely by Ampa. This is Kenneth Sapon. Ajogu. Charles Taylor is the darling boy of the Phobians, but this time he's been well read. Shamu Abe. Michael Ofori. Amankwam Riku's header straight to touch for a throw-in. We're having a look at his watch. That was Mr. Haruna. Joe Ajiman. It's a free kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. This could be the last onslaught on their part. Joe Hendricks has been cut out. And there goes the referee's final whistle. It's all over. It started with Ishmael Ado in the 23rd minute. And he again got it. It was an own goal. In the 20th, that was the 5th goal which started it all. Ishmael made it second for Hazebuk in the 27th minute. Kenneth Sapon got a third for Hazebuk in the 52 minutes. And Otsekufu scored a classic goal in the 84th minute, bringing the final scoreline to Accra Hazebuk 4, Kumasi Asante Kotoko 0.
Against Kotoko.
Interestingly, I was just about to say that whenever he comes to Kumasi, he looks very, very confident. Even when he came to Kumasi at a point in time when the fans of Asante Kotoko saw that he was going to be part of the team, he left them in midstream, came back, donned the rainbow colors of Accra House of Folk, and came back here and scored a goal against. Anytime Bernard Dombote is part of the Accra House of Folk team, it's quite different, but I wonder whether today is going to be the same.
And for one for the history books, 2 seasons ago when Hearts played Kotoko here at the Kumasi Sports Stadium in the league, it ended 3-all, and there was a free kick goal scored by one certain Bernard Dombote, who is in your shot at the moment. He is somebody whom Kotoko fans love to hate because he loves to score against them. Trying to pick up where Ishmael Ado left off. Almost every season, Ishmael Ado seemed to get a goal against Kotoko, and Bernard Dombote, in his first game in almost 2 years against Kotoko, the Hearts fans will be looking for a lot from him.
And of course, interestingly enough, whenever Bernard Dombote comes to Kumasi, he seems not to be under any sort of pressure at all.
He was fully committed. Jordan Opoku and Haruna Ganiu, well, falls down but still has the ball, tried to feed the ball through without success. And now Hearts of Oak on the attack themselves, and this is a lunge-busting run. Wow! If it hadn't been for that interception by Godfrey Yabua, we would have been talking about a certain goal, but another well. A cursory glance will deceive you into thinking that was a good tackle, but it looks like he went in two-footed. Well, on Douglas and Nkrumah, and the referee, eagle-eyed, spotted it, and he probably should have got a yellow card for that action.
That was a good call from the referee, and as you said, Chris, I thought that a yellow card should have been flashed there. The intentions of the player was well read by the referee, and I think that looking at the playback once again, it looked too physical, too robust for a football match. We are not playing Kung Fu, rather we kickboxing here.
And I certainly would agree with you on that, but Dombote, the last time he played in a competitive match against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, he scored from a free kick.
From a similar position. And he always brims with a lot of confidence whenever he's playing against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Sometimes we keep wondering why.
Let's see what he does with this one. Well, what a goal! What a screamer! Unbelievable! We were talking about Bernard Dombote, and he has done it right into the top corner. This is top class. Bernard Dombote has done it again.
You just said it, and I was just also, that's a playback once again. Goalkeeper Isaac Amaku had it all right, but I think he was a shade late there. Too powerful a shot for him to control, and that's a good goal coming from Bernard Dombote. We were just saying it that he scores anytime he plays against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and he scores from familiar positions like this. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko, a goal down, but we'll say splendid indeed coming from Bernard Dombote. He's been out of the country for some time now, the whole of the last season. Once again, that's a playback of the shot. The goalkeeper really went upright, and he didn't have any chance at all.
He had no chance whatsoever.
No chance at all.
Well, they asked to get out of jail. Well, they won't have that. And Kotoko have Kotoko leveling. The Hearts of Oak supporters, they are rejoicing. They are delighted.
Jubilating. You can't begrudge them.
Certainly can't. Especially the powerful Chapter 9. And that is the end of the match. And Kotoko have suffered their second straight defeat in the top 4 competition. Hearts of Oak winning for the second time in 6 months. Won 2-1 here on February 8th and won 1-0 here this afternoon. They've taken their points build up to 3, Kotoko, and that for me is the man of the match. The boulder, Karim Alassane, has done a superb job keeping out the likes of Samara Fon and Alexa Samoa. The Hearts fans have turned the Kumasi Sports Stadium into a carnival atmosphere, and obviously Kotoko, serious questions are going to be asked, and chief among whom is Herbert Aldo, the man for the job. Is he suffering from interference? And a bit of calming down by the police.
Well, I think that the referee really had a good day. I don't think that the referee should be heckled in any way at all. He had a good game. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, I think that they need to re-strategize. They need to redouble their efforts if really they want to make an impact in this competition. But to Coach Herbert Aldo, I would say another unfortunate result for him. He laid his cards on the table to the management, and it looks as if they had wanted to judge him by the performance of the team in the top 4 competition. And it looks as if it's not going his way. Another defeat coming there with Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and there you can see the fans of Accra House of Oak jubilating. The players, sorry, jubilating there, and I mean that is their day. They won it at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, Babayara. They won here the last time they played in the Globe Premier League, and they won by 2-1. Today is a 0-0, and you can't begrudge them. I think they've done well. Kumasi Asante Kotoko really did not play to the expectation of most of us here, and I think that Coach Herbert Aldo really need to revamp the team. He needs to do a lot of talk to the boys and make sure that they will really live up to the expectation in their next game. But for now, it's Kumasi Asante Kotoko who are down once again to Accra House of Oak at the Babayara Stadium.
That's Bernard Dombote. He joins me here. A great free kick indeed it was in the first half, and you had the chance to score a second goal with a similar free kick. Now, what is the trick? How do you train for these free kicks? Now, when you stood behind the ball, many people were screaming goal, goal, and were expecting this to be a goal, and indeed it went in a great goal indeed.
First of all, give thanks to Almighty God, because if you can see, everybody know that Dombote is no more a game. I think it's me. I am that I am. So I think if Dombote is there, Asofo is there. So I think I will appreciate it and thank God for me to come back to Accra Asofo.
How would you compare this game against with the game you played in Accra on Wednesday with Pando Heart of Lions? You were doing the usual thing, running wide on the flanks and things like that. But today you were doing a lot of interpositional play. You play a bit on the left, you move a bit to the right, and it was quite difficult for your markers to really mark you down. How would you compare these two games?
Okay, if I would say against Heart of Lions, it's a tough game for Accra Asofo, but this game I take it easy because I know against Asante Kotoko, people will shout Dombote, thief, this and this. So I have to calm down and humble myself and play the ball for Asofo. That's what I did today.
We keep wondering why.
Let's see what he does with this one. Well, what a goal! What a screamer! Unbelievable! We were talking about Bernard Dombote and he has done it.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Portmansa Sports Stadium here in Cape Coast, where defending league champions Accra House of Folk are taking on new entrant New Edibiasi United in week 5 of the Globe Premier League here in Ghana. Now, it's very interesting why House of Folk are playing at the Robert Mensah Sports Stadium today. They are serving a 2-match ban slapped on them by the disciplinary committee of the Ghana Football Association as a result of assault on the part of their fans on referee Dawood Radrago, assistant referee 1, in last season's match against Bechem Chelsea, which ended 1-1 at the Ohinijan Stadium. And so the Phobians are not playing at their usual grounds, the Ohinijan Stadium. But perhaps it's an advantage for their fans in the central region to catch a glimpse of their beloved club, Accra House of Folk, who are the defending league champions. Now, New Edibiasi United are yet to pick a point in their away matches this season. Such an infant team, not more than 3 years old, they resurrected from Division 2 to Division 1 and straight into the elite division in less than 3 years. And they are headed by a veteran coach here in Ghana, Emmanuel Kwesi Afrani, who has seen it all on the domestic front. And in your shots now is Ayman El Yamani, the head coach of Accra House of Folk, the Egyptian, who has been under intense pressure from the fans of the Phobians, who can't wait any further to move from the bottom of the table where they are currently stuck. House of Folk have imposed Philemon McCarthy, who retains his #1 position, I must say, and this is James Nano, the former House of Folk goalkeeper, donning the number 30 jersey. Officer Fletcher goes in again to call for an infringement in favor of New Edibiasi United, and it's against Charles Taylor, the general captain of the Phobians. Ghana, where they played against Congo at a group stage of the Chan competition. Let's see if he can replicate that. Chastela, 1, 2, 3. Such a below average kick from Chastela. Is boot for boot. 6 points out of a possible 12. And currently sharing the spoils with House of Folk at the Robert Mensah Sports Stadium here in Cape Coast. Chastela will be taking up the game as Bernard Dombote comes in for his place. Dombote, one of the leading scorers during the Gaka top 4. Attack, Obed Ansan. Obed will spread the ball beautifully. Douglas Nkrumah. Douglas finds Bernard Dombote. Dombote beats his marker. Bernard Dombote, he still have the ball. Ends up in a goal kick in favor of New Edibiasi. It's been a match of equal strength in the second half. The two teams creating decent chances and having an improved game in midfield. The scoreline still remains the same, and perhaps it looks like a true reflection of what we've seen in the second half. Another free kick for Accra House of Folk. And where is Bernard Dombote? You see the man to effect this for the Phobians? And Bernard Dombote! That is the goal! The opener has come! Dombote's free kick will end Accra House of Folk the opener. And the Phobians have finally broken the deadlock here at the Robert Mensah Sports Stadium after 24 minutes of play. And what a moment! What a time for the goal to come! And these are the Phobia fans who can now jubilate. Here it is again, Dombote's free kick goes straight into the net on the blind side of goalkeeper James Nano. maybe Oyamani had it right by bringing Dombote in for Charles Taylor. And he's provided exactly what the team needed. Takes it, a long one, ball crosses the center circle. And that is the end of the match. Accra House of Folk have won their second match. This is their second win after beating Kesben FC 1-0 last week and drawing 1-0 secondly Azakes last weekend. They've now won another match, and so they have 7 points, and they will certainly move from the bottom of the table. Goal came in the second half as Bernard Dombote connected a free kick, which James Nano was unable to deal with. So at the end of 90 minutes here at the Robert Mensah Sports Stadium, it's Accra House of Folk 1, New Edibiasi United 0, and Bernard Dombote has been the savior of the Phobians one more time today.
It's also a different body altogether. Something. So I pray that I win toss. It's very important.
Let me announce that this special program is brought to you by Stanbic Bank. Yes, make sure, I'm saying this, just make sure that if you want a bank in Ghana, Stanbic Bank is ready for you. Duncan Herbal Limited, Kotoko Company Limited, they are also supporting us. Yes, that's what we do for you. Yeah, the Omchu app is also ready for you. All of them in here. Exactly. So, wow, so great. No, this match, then we change the name, right? We change for you to come. Change. News will come out and enjoy. Exchange pleasantries there, and so they move straight to the camp of Marcia Sante Kotoko. They would have to do that alongside the captain and some team officials. Remember, Isik Chipsa is there in India. Charles Taylor, the man who just crossed carpet from Heart of Folk down to Marcia Sante Kotoko. Charles Taylor in your shot there. India also around. Isik Chipsa is there. Michael Ofuswap here and Michael Asante. Of course, Isamet, and we have, Louis Wayne there, and of course, you see all these top players, Emma Power, Godfrey Diabua, Joe Hendricks, in there to help Kumasi Asante Kotoko in this game. Hearts of Folk, and that's among the captain Sanu Ahmed, the goalkeeper in there, and so top players in there for the team, and so Ajatete would want to take some time off there, and Dan Kwe will have these great moments. And so it's obviously looking forward to a huge one. How to put in the white shirt, Dombote in there. And you can always remember Lady Horseman and Dan Coleman will also be there. Don Cole, Luis Ajiman. And Prince Tego will also be there for the side. This is another tough game at the Accra Sports. We're obviously expecting to see some bit of fireworks there. And there'll be a lot of dignitaries, Harizako, all of them. Silver.
No. My attention, of course, about the result. Because so far as you are already, we shall go into a children. But also, forget this animal in Ghana. Focus on trade. Yeah. I think, you see, to top up with just we go to the level.
There and trying to get the morale of the players up there before the game. This is a friendly, not a friendly game, I should say. It's one of the games that you have a cup in there, and so this is the two captains for the side. It is Amon Kwamriku and Joe Hendricks. Smiles from Amon Kwamriku, not a smile there for Joe Hendricks. He's pretty much serious for this game. looking forward to picking up a win. They have to put in white, all white outfit in this game. Kumasi Asante Kotoko on yellow and red, and so they are ready for this game. So it's pure excitement in there at the Accra Sports Stadium. And so once again, wherever you find yourself, welcome and let's have this wonderful game at the and it is Jojo who has come in. There's a lot of talk about that. Kotoko fans also will be there at the Accra Sports Stadium to enjoy this great moment with the Hearts of Folk team and Aman Kwame crew once again, together with the match officials. So let's just have this moment, and it is going to be a toss of coin and decide which of the areas, or perhaps the two.
He won the toss, so we had a very difficult that day.
Time now for the match officials to get us going. This game is also seen to be part of this lovely moment. It is Hearts of Folk and Kumasi Asante Kotoko 2004 CAF Confederations Cup Final. First leg at the Accra Sports Stadium. And then India will try as much as possible to field the ball. Of course, Accra Hearts of Folk would also want to have another field of that particular ball. And so the Jatate who went in for the ball there, still up on, but particularly not enthused with that anyway. But we're going to have this game started. Match officials will inspect the pitch and make sure everything is really in place for us to start this game. And that's moment there for the players of Kumasi Asante Kotoko to offer some of the prayers there ahead of this game. So plenty to look out for in this particular match. And so if you're watching for the very first time, this match that you always obviously want to remember for a very long time. Tommy O'Kind there, Mr. Manche, it's around watching this game as well. And there's a lot of thinking to be done if you are watching this game. Dr. Nyao Nyao Tamaklo around, Major Lawson also watching this game as well. There's a minute of silence here at the Accra Sports Stadium for this final game. Hearts of Folk, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Everybody in their mindset for the game. Sani Mohammed, goalkeeper, and in charge of Hearts of Folk. How prepared were you psychologically?
At this stage, I wasn't much prepared. I was still tense. But there was a ball I saved. Nana India played some ball. And I saved the ball, and I saw that the crowd, everybody was clapping. That rather gingered me. I think that was where I then got it. But currently, I was tense. The tension wasn't easy.
Here we go for the game. Hearts of Folk to start the game from left to right, with the back facing the conference center end of the Accra Sports Stadium. And here we go. And it is the Phobians who starts the game. It's underway at the Accra Sports Stadium. And certainly will be a huge one for these two sides, playing the very first final of the Confederations Cup. And so here we go with this game, throwing the very first of it to the Phobians, going through almost a half of Accra, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And here we go, it is Kumasi Asante with a chase forward here. I'm expecting the run over Michael Osei in there, but a huge defensive clearance from Dan Coleman. I expect to see the fans, applauding his efforts for this save. I expect to see a lot of runs there from the likes of Donko. And so the midfield battle will be on. A lovely ball down for a huge chase. Prince Tego will try to go in for that one. Kumasi Asante going to have the goalkeeper Owu dealing with that particular ball and sends a huge one. Obviously, it will have to be returned. Kumasi Asante got over here. With Asante who brings it down, and Kotoko will win a free kick. The same group with the likes of Enugu Rangers and Kumasi Asante Kotoko were able to scrap through to the high-grade goal scored in that particular group. And now they have this one whipped into the box. But again, it's going to be the very first corner kick of the game to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And Sani Mohammed tried to organize his ball, quickly taking. And it's a huge one, which is blasted wide. Much to the relief of the fans of Accra Hearts of Oak here. There's a lot of tension in this game, isn't it? For the players to deal with it. Joe calms things down for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Got for Dubois. Clears it in again. And India here for Kotoko. There's a lovely clearance there from Dan Quay. Here comes Kotoko again. There's the dignity player, Joe. Squares it to the right hand side. Opuswapia hits one into the 18-yard box of Hatsafuk. It's calmly dealt with by Sante. No Kwame Kudia. Pushed away by Yusuf Chipsa. Hendricks sends it one in. Dealt with by Hatsafuk again. Asante here. Godfrey Yeboah. The Porcupine Warriors trying to put some passes together. From Joe Michael Asante with a strike here. Blocked by Coleman. Gets a return. Tries to get a ball back into his teammates. Joe Hendricks. Chips had nearly lost the possession, but again, back to Kumasi Asante again. It's a tussle for the ball here, and it's a little confusion there between them on Kwame Kuwa and Yusuf Chipsa. What's going on? No, Kwame Kuwa's ball whipped into the box of Kotoko. Again, he still couldn't deal with his ball. It's a huge one into the path of Shastila. Former teammates. Stankway here. And so far, both teams have. Oh, that's a lovely pass here. This is it. Right at the front of the corner. Outside the end zone. And of course, you do have some bit of a sweeping play. Another corner kick surely taken there by the Hartbrook, and they have to give possession away. An opportunity now for Kumasi Asante to come and probably could as well to win it back. It's Coleman. Lovely ball to Ajay. I couldn't quite get to the ball. Here we go. Kumasi Asante having difficulties once again dealing with Hatsafuk. It's a good play for Swapia. It's a huge one. Sani Mohammed gets it done beautifully. Confident ball wins it back for Kotoko. Michael Asante here. Pasay. Chips up. Lovely play here. Says in on side. And there's a pass there for him, but Kuman marking inside beautifully there for the wide. But that's a decent chance there for Majatete. That should have been a goal.
Find this kind of thing like this.
Well, the confidence level of Marcia Sante seemed to be sorry after that chance. I'm on Pamela Kuya on the charge. Just cutting on the inside, looking to pick up this beautiful pass there to Lewis. That's Prince still with a chance. That's a great ball there from. Alright, so we are back for the second half of this big game. Hatsofo and Marcia Sante for the India, Charles Taylor there, and Godfred Yeboah. These are the players who are ready for the second half. Charles Taylor, hands on the waist, waiting patiently for the referee to blast the whistle. And Charles Taylor says he was determined to score against his side. That's the former side, I should say. And so there we get a second half on the way. Charles Taylor with a kick here. And Marcia Sante Kotoko blast forward with a first attempt here. Ball headed back into the midfield line. You expect to see a little running from the centre back, and Kotoko nearly got that opportunity there, and they will have it here. Try to push it. Luis Ajiman cutting it really well. Really good opportunity. Sends it wide to the right hand side, and here comes Amon Kwame who kicks one into the 18-yard box. It's headed away by Joe Hendricks. And this time, House of Oak beginning to open up and trying to get the first goal as early as possible. Amon Kwame here, and his ball has been blocked by Godfred Yeboah. Long throw into the box, and again side netting it is. And Dombote looking for that opportunity with the final touch on the ball. Still have to focus in midfield, trying to win it back. Still no Julian for Kotoko. Back for Sokia. Still the Kotokan Warriors. Still Julia. And India wins it. And again cleared away. Dombote. Lawrence Ajay's ball forward for Prince Table. Joe Hendricks couldn't quite get away. And it's Dombote with this one. So he's got some tricks. And his efforts just going wide. Bernard Dombote. The moment where Dombote could score for them, and that's the man you always talk about it. That's what you mean, but and here comes the opportunity. Prince Table starting it so well. Again, his efforts once again couldn't really find anybody coming in. Lawrence Ajay was supposed to be there. Lawrence Ajay was late. And getting to the ball. Out of front with two centre forwards, Prince Table and Luis Ajiman. Getting support there from Dombote. Or getting a message there from Richard Palmer. That has supporters group member. It says, I'm watching you at Sabon Zongo. Good for the upcoming players to learn. Again, Marcia Santiago calling for a decision there from the referee in their favor. Sudden tackle coming in there. And here comes Marcia Santiago for the referee. Once again, whistles for infringement. So that's why anytime Chastela has the ball, he has to look for them. He destroys his life a bit. Because he's not to lose. Free kick here. Sani Mohammed with a punch. The goalkeeper good awareness on his side. Again, this Godfred Yeboah, the left full back for Kotoko at the time. And here comes Michael Asante. Stephen Ojo. Chips out. Just losing possession.